Welcome back, campers. This week we are going to review. Hopefully by now, and I hope you have taken the pre-test. So what we're doing is we're reviewing everything that I've taught you this summer in order to prepare for the post-test. So remember, pre is before learning and post is after learning. So it's okay if you didn't do well on the pre-test. The goal is to see if you improved from the pre to the post-test. So we're just going to review everything this week that you've learned this whole summer. And today we're going to do rounding and comparing numbers. We're going to review those two things. All right, so let's review. So remember, for rounding, we had a wrap. Find the place value, circle that digit, move to the right, underline, get it. And we round numbers to the nearest tens, hundreds, and even the thousands place. And for fifth graders, we round using our decimals. So I'm just gonna review rounding. I'm gonna try to use the same chart, review chart, for this whole week, just in case you're continuing taking notes. Okay, so remember the wrap, find the place value, circle that digit, move to the right, underline, get it. And then we had our rounding triangle. So we had our wrap and our rounding triangle. So I'm gonna draw a triangle up here. I'm just gonna put numbers 0 through 4. We stay the same. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Numbers 5 through 9, we add 1. So that's numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So let's say we have the number 248. Okay, and I said round that number to the nearest tens place. Remember that wrap, tens place. If I'm rounding to the nearest tens, I'm gonna find that place value, circle that digit, move to the right, underline, get it. Where am I getting it from? The rounding triangle. Where is this 8? On my rounding triangles, it's on my +1 side. So I'm going to +1 to the number that's circled, which is the 4. Anything in front of my circle digit stays the same, comes down. My 4, I'm gonna add 1, that turns into a 5. Anything after the circle digit turns into a 0. Okay, so let's try a bigger number. Rounding 1,409. Separate that little squiggly line there. 1,409. And let's say I ask you to round to the nearest hundreds place. Okay, so hundreds, the digit that's in the hundreds place is the 4. So circle that place, circle that digit, move to the right, underline. What does the 0 tell you to do? Look at your rounding triangle. The 0 tells you to stay the same. Any numbers in front of my circle digit come down, directly down, bring it down, the 1. The 4 stays the same. Any numbers after my circle digit turn into a 0. So 14,009 rounded to the nearest hundreds is 14,000. And our last rounding example would be decimals for my fifth graders. So let's say we had the number 5 and 27 hundredths. 5 and 27 hundredths. And I said round to the nearest tenths place, tenths. THS, remember anything after the decimal is pronounced THS, tenths place. So I'm gonna circle that digit in the tenths place, which is the 2. 1 place over, move to the right, underline. What does the 7 tell me to do to the 2? It tells me to add 1. So anything in front of my circle digit comes down, stays the same. Bring down my 5, bring my decimal down. My 2 turns into a 3. Anything after my circle digit turns into a 0. So 5 and 27 hundredths rounded to the nearest tenths is 5 30/100, or I could drop to 0 and just say 5 3/10. All right, so next we're going to get into our comparing, which is our last review for today. I'll put in orange. So these are our topics, and like I said, I'm going to try to keep the sheet just in case you're taking notes. When we compare, we use 3 symbols: greater than, less than, and equal to. Okay, there is a simple rule when you compare numbers: line the numbers up, line them up. So if I have 492 compared to 471, I want to line them up. Keep your first digit, your first number, I'm sorry. So 492, leave it there and just line up your second number right under it, 471. This strategy helps if you're not able to quickly observe and figure out which answer is correct. And you start with your place value furthest to the left. 4 and 4 is the same, you move over. 9 and 7 is different. 9 is what? Greater than, less than, or equal to 7. It is greater than. So 492 is greater than 471. And I'm going to do the last example I'll do would be a decimal example. So let's say we have the number 5 7/10 compared to 5 70/100. Okay, this time I'm not going to line it up. I'm just going to look at it with my eyes and make that correct observation. Start with your place value above in front of your decimal, which is your whole number. 5 and 5 are the same, move over. Tenths place, 7 and 7 is the same, move over. Then we have nothing and 0. Guess what? 0 is no value. It has no value and it's equivalent to nothing. So this is equal. 5 7/10 is equal to 5 70/100. Written different, said differently, but the same value. So hopefully, campers, you are taking good notes for our review. And today we covered rounding and comparing. I will see you tomorrow.